All right, we're running. All right, quick review. All right, now we probably looked at the video and everything, so we just went over posture again. When you're doing bench, chin up, chest up. Make sure you got the arc in your back. Make sure you're away from the bar. The bar has markings on it. I usually come up, make sure my shoulder blades are in. I can slide my hand through. Bring the bar up just for safety. Everything starts from an up position, which is actually a resting position, where your body is stacked, your arms are stacked. This is probably where you're the strongest. You can hold the most right here, but once you start moving it, then you start weakening up because you have different moving body parts. You lead it with your elbows down, holding the breath a little bit. Come up, blow out, elbows down, blow out. Now, if we speed up the pace, breathing should actually match the pace. This right here, 1, 2, 1, 2, is what I consider the jogging, walking pace. The jogging pace is a 1 count. 3 up. 1, 1, 1, 1. A running pace, a little bit faster, and then there's all out. Hell is broke loose. Let's get it going. The reason why I say that, I emphasize pace because I understand and I know, and I gave you the information. I didn't know if you had a chance to look over it. I know that at certain speeds, different energy sources are used and different things happen to the body. Different hormones, different fats and other things are being used as energy and stuff like that. Different hormones are being released in the body. So in order not to have to train like we're crazy and heavy and long and everything else like that, I speed up the process by changing speed and pace and different routine, working different muscle groups, training into different energy sources to make your body really develop into what it is that I wanted to actually the form that we wanted to take, or to be able to produce and compete at the level that we wanted to compete on as an athlete or just regular fitness. So there's really no separation in my philosophies and in my thought process when I'm training people from athletes. It's just a separation into what it is that we're emphasizing on and what it is that we're doing. Everything that we're doing in here is athletics. So, all right, go ahead and come over here and let's do a quick. Do a quick couple of sets. And what we're going to work on this time, we want to work on a couple of things. We want to work on, make sure we're coming off the correct way. Then we're going to work on pace. We're going to go on a 2 breathing pace. Then we're going to go on a 1 breathing pace. And then we're going to go actually fast. You ready? So good posture, good form. Make sure your shoulder blades are even. Make sure your hands are even when you grab the bar.
Who am I grabbing right here?
All right, I'm gonna give you a good rule of thumb. These bars always have the same marking right here. You see this? Can you feel this marking where it slides, or can you see it?
Yep.
Go to reference it. I usually always say a thumb outside of there is usually where you're going to be get the best development out of your most strength.
I don't know, right here?
Yep. Ready? On 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, up. So you bring it up and over to a resting position. There you go. All right, start the movement. Go down, elbows down, and up. Blow out, and up. So we're gonna go on 2 pace. 1, 2. There you go. And up. 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. Go ahead and rack it. Bring it back. Good job. A couple things that I've seen and you'll see on video. Sometimes you got out of balance, and we'll work on that a little bit. And what I mean by that is that you really have to be fully engaged where the bar is traveling as far as in the range of motions and not get too far over, too far one way. Once it starts to get heavy, that actually taxes you, and you actually lose sits in doing that. You kind of understand what I'm saying? Okay, this time we're going to go at a 1 breathing pace, so we're actually going to go a little bit faster, okay? Same thing, make sure the hands are even on both sides. I always say, you start up over here. 1, 2, 3, you hold it, you got it? All right, let's go. Bring it down, up, 1, back down, faster, up, back down, up, back down. Make sure you're breathing. Up, back down, up, back down. There you go. And up. Good job. Okay, now this time we're going to go as fast as you could possibly go. You're going to try to match your breath with it. So when you're going up, you're blowing air out and you're taking a quick deep breath. So it's like that. You don't completely empty your lungs and you don't completely fill your lungs, but you breathe just to make sure that you have an energy source coming in. Got it? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3, up. Let's go. Go faster. There you go. Stay balanced. Faster, 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 faster. There you go. Keep going. Stay balanced. Up and back. Good job. Stay in it. Keep going. Keep going. Same speed. Don't change the speed. Same speed. Same speed. Same speed. Same speed. Come on. Come on. And there you go. All right. Go ahead and get up. Go ahead and get back on the bicycle. All right. A couple different things. Tenacious. I'm going to use that word. And what I mean by that is everything that you've ever been mad for in your life. A lot of people use a lot of different energy, and I teach my athletes to use a lot of different energies when they're doing things. I said tenacious because tenacious means it covers a lot of different categories. It doesn't necessarily have to be mean or mad or anger. It can be driven, it can be spiritually driven, it can be motivated, it can be whatever it is, but it means relentless. It means that you're going after it like you really mean it for whatever reason that you're going after it. Some days I train anger. Some days I train passion. Some days I train for the big picture, for the world, to save the world. I use all these different energies and all these different understandings of the energies that I have in my body and the passion and the drive that I have to achieving different things. And I harness it and bring it to every sit, every time that I do anything. Actually, I try to live my whole life like that, and I try to structure my whole day around doing those things, because if I do that, no matter what happens, I know that I'm rewarded because I gave my best effort at all points. When I say tenacious to you, be tenacious. That means be passionate, be driven, be focused, be motivated, go after it, trust yourself, push yourself. The only thing in failing is never trying, or never going hard, or giving up too soon before you make your breakthrough. You understand what I'm saying? So be tenacious in every movement and everything that we do. Bring it in here, you can express it. Everybody does it. People go over, and sometimes you just get in the zone. You can have your crazy moment in here, and then we do know, and I'm just saying it sounds funny, but no, you can actually lose yourself in your own physical development because it puts you mentally, emotionally. Some people come in and start lifting your heart, they start crying about something they don't even know why they're crying. Some people get so focused, and when we go on these emotional journeys, because that's part of our whole who we are and what it is that we're trying to do. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to go a 2-second count. We're going to go a 1-second count. Then we're going to go fast. And I want you to be tenacious when you do it this time. I want this to count like, I don't say this a lot of times, but I do say it. I want this to count like someone that you love. Life is depending on you doing this to a certain degree. Or your own particular life is depending on that you do it. Go ahead and get started. You get a quick drink to a certain degree, because they will give you a level of emphasis and a level of awareness and focus that you need when you're doing these particular things, which will make it more safe. Okay? So change your emotional makeup when you get back here. There you go. Make sure your head is back that way. There you go. All right, put your hands up. Tenacious, be tenacious. We're going on a 2-second count. 1, 2, 3, up. Ready? Let's go. Down and up. 1, 2, back down. Let's go. 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Stand there. 1, 2. Stand there. 1, 2. One more. 1, 2. Great job. Go ahead and sit up. Go ahead and get back on the bike. That's all I wanted. Now, we went from a place, and you'll see it on video, to where you was unsure. Sometimes you weren't confident. Sometimes you weren't engaged, and you kind of gave up sometimes in each movement of the exercise to a place where all of them you took a level of awareness, a level of discipline, a level of tenacity into them, and really approached it and really attempted and wasn't afraid of whatever the result was going to be at the end, whether your arms are going to give out, whether you're going to bobble or anything. Those things you can't really control. Those things, if your muscle gives, it gives out. Tenacity you can't control. The level of intensity you take to something you can't control. Those are things that you have control over. There are other things that you don't have control over. So let's control the things always that we do have control over. That right there, what you just did, you'll see it on tape, will get the job done. I didn't have to say don't bobble, don't do this other stuff. I've learned, even in like especially teaching golf or playing golf, is that if you focus on the techniques and the things that you have to do and bring a level of tenacity and concentration to it, the little things that people critique along the way is when you're critiquing a golf swing or a lift out or a workout session, you really don't have to critique because that person is zeroed in. And so when you're not zeroed in, that's when those little things become a habit and you do it and you don't know you do it, like your knees don't go straight, like you are doing your knees straight and everything else. See, I don't have to reiterate some of the things that I've already said, but I do, if I need to, keep reminding you so that we can get to that level and so that it becomes habit. You understand? This time we're going to come off and we're going to go on a one pace. So we're going to go a little bit faster, but I want the same tenacity and I want the same attention to detail as the last one. That last one was really good. A couple bobbles, but all in all, really great. Okay. You get a quick drink, or anytime we get up, you can if you want to. Remember, when we walk back here, you walk into the zone. Level of tenacity, passionate, whatever energy you need to do to drive this workout. There you go. Hands on both sides. Feet are getting ready. I can see you're getting ready. 1, 2, 3. A little bit faster. Start up. Safety. Ready? Let's go. Let's go. Breathe out. Come on, let's go. Faster. Make sure you're breathing. Match your breathing. Let's go. Stay in there. Come on. Push it. Good job. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 3 more. Come on. 2 more. Come on. 1 more. Keep it going. Same speed. And up. Good job. All right. Back over there. You'll get tired of up and back, but I'll do that all the time. When you get over here, I'll let you know what it's going to be really quick. We're going to make a transition. So I'll either say go hard over here or just nice and easy, relax over here. That was great. Good tenacity, good balance, better speed. I'm going to tell you what people do. And I always make this emphasis, and it's always true. Watch anybody do it. If I say you're doing 8, when you get 7, 6, 7, 8, you'll start going slower and you'll start struggling. But if I told you the same time that you're doing 15, 6, 7, 8, you wouldn't struggle on. You would struggle on 13, 14, 15. And you know why that is? It's like when people are running a race, people slow down before they get to the line. All my athletes, I teach them like I teach myself. We train past, we train to infinity. So every set, we're thinking that we're thinking. I've seen a movie before, and I love this. A guy won a swimming thing. This guy was beating him all the time. They're swimming like a mile out, and then they'll come back, or they're swimming out as far as they go before you turn around and come back. I don't know what the movie is. It is like a Top Gun or like movie or whatever. So this guy used to beat this guy all the time. And so they did it again. They had a little bar fight and everything. It was over a girl and all this other stuff. And everybody's the bravado and macho-ness is going on. So they get there. They have to beat the guy who always usually been his buddy. He's like, yeah, drinking beer. You know how the story goes. So they get into the water. They start swimming, blah, blah, blah. The guys beat him who usually beat him. The other guy is thinking, and you can hear the music going and everything else. And I use this all the time because I love it. So they get to a certain point and everything. So the guy that usually always win was looking over there and he seen a guy, you know, he was still going. So then he's getting worried. So he's still going and everything else. So they get so far out. So now the guy that's usually always confident was kind of like losing confidence. This guy, he's still going the other guy. So then finally the guy, he turned back around and the other guy kept going. And everybody, oh, and so he beat him. So he came back. So when they got back in there, the guy was like, oh man. He's like, man, what's going on? But he's like, oh man, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the guy who usually get beat, the guy there, everybody was like, well man, how you doing? And the guy that usually lose, He said it was easy. I knew I could beat him because I had no plans of coming back.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
You get that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I train. That's how I tell my athletes, save nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So when you do these things, it's for the day. You're not going to kill yourself. You're not going to drown out like this guy. But I love what he put out there because that's how we should do everything. That passionate, that we do it with our all and put everything into it. You know what I'm saying? Not just pushing ourselves to a certain limit, but pushing ourselves to our full potential. You know, and for him, it meant I was going to swim all day and as far as I can out because I didn't have any plans of making it back. So I knew I was going to be able to swim further than him. He always had plans of going back the other way. I never had those plans. Make sense? That's why I tell that story. All right, let's go. One more sit, now we're going to go full speed. We're drilling, I know you're like, oh man. All right. Be confident. Change the pace, match your breathing. 1, 2, 3, up. Let's go. Fast, come on, fast as you can. There you go. Stay balanced, working balance up. There you go. Good job. Stay right in there. Once you find a good one, stay in there. Let's go. Too far down, right there. Come on, come on. Last it out. Come on, faster. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get them shoulders together. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Come on. 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 Keep going. Good job. Great job. Now that's how we train with intensity. What are you feeling?
I'm just feeling lightheaded.
Yeah, exactly. Oxygen, lack of oxygen going into the muscle, breathing, probably really haven't never really trained that intense before.
No.
Really, huh?
Natty didn't push me like
Yeah,
that.
really never got into yourself, really never pushed yourself to where you really didn't have a chance of thinking, oh my God, I'm going to quit, or oh my God, it was something else. We were just in the moment. And then I was assisting where I had to guide and everything, but really pushing, making you push yourself to feel it. What you're feeling right now is hormones being released in your body. That's the lightheadedness, the lack of oxygen, because oxygen starts going into those muscles, those delts and everything else starts coming away from the brain, so you get lightheaded. It's just like if you bend over and you wasn't getting enough oxygen into your head. And everybody probably can kind of make that same type of feeling. Certain chemical reactions are happening because of certain energies are being burned and certain bonds. So pyruvate acid is being formed. It's not that much. It's not enough oxygen getting into the muscle cells to stay aerobic. So now you got a different energy source kicking in from the ATP, and then the lactic acid start to build up, and you feel all the other little things going on, and that's normal. The reason why I just explained that to you is because that is normal. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
That is a feeling that we actually love. Doesn't mean I'm not talking about being sore or soreness afterwards. I'm talking about the actual physical exercise, what is actually chemically happening inside your body. You understand what I'm saying? That means that we're getting into a fat burning type process at that particular point. That means that we're stimulating muscle and muscle energy at a particular level that we want to stimulate muscle energy for a duration of however far we're pushing it until it takes to that time to recover. Now something like that maybe takes 2.5 minutes to recover from, up to 5 minutes. I usually push the bottom half of the envelope so that we can keep our aerobic capacity up. But that's usually how something like that takes. So usually after doing something like that, we have a 2.5 minute recovery. But then I kind of depends on how you're feeling and how your energy level is going and how your workouts are going and progressing at that particular time. We may take a little bit longer or something else like that. And I usually be on the clock, and I know we keep it time because it's scientific. Because this is what science is saying. Until science get better, if it says another time, I'll question it. I'll do the research. I'll challenge myself. I'll challenge 10 people that I've trained before, and I know how their body responds. We'll do that for a couple months, and if it's something different, then we'll say, okay, we'll change, and if not, we'll stay with what works. We'll let them go on their journey off into what doesn't work, and we'll stay on the path that, you know, of least resistance that we know actually work because the science support it. Make sense?
Yep.
Well, hello. What I'm gonna say right now, hello, meaning that I just got to meet who you were, tenaciously pushing yourself, understanding yourself, trusting yourself, and everything else like that. I've met you as a person. You comment on my videos. I met you when you first came here. You came here. We did a video before and we worked out. Now I just kind of got to meet another different side of you that I think can actually get some great things done if you train with that type of energy, if you take that kind of passion and you push yourself to that kind of limit. The more you do that, the faster we get to where it is that you want to be. The better prepared you are to get to where you want to be. You understand? I love athletes that I have to say, and you're an athlete. I have to say, slow down. You're working too hard. You know what that means to me? I don't want to say one more, push yourself, one in. You know what that means to me? That means if I tell you to slow down, that means that you're self-motivated. You are self-driven. If I tell you go harder, that means that I'm your motivating factor. And there's something wrong with that. Now, I can do it either or way. But everyone that I've known that really has been successful, and maybe not the best at everything, has always been the first, not the latter. Always been like, slow down, take it easy, don't worry about it. Hold on, you're going to kill yourself. You know, I have to protect them from their own self. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to push them to a level. And if you keep that in mind, I let you on a little inside. If you keep that in mind and you train like that and be a self-motivator, it would leak over into other aspects of your life and it'll be something that'll be golden. All right, let's go back over here. We're going to do this real quick and then we're going to get into the actual physical exercise where we're going to do some shoulder differentiation. So we'll start on the other side of the bar. We're just doing a review. We're going to do squats again. And the pelvic type squats. You're going to make sure you're even on both sides. You're going to come underneath. When you come up, it's going to be a semi-squat when you put your hands where you want to. Put your hands on the bar. I always start with placing my hands on the bar, however where I want to. That way I have an ending point where I can go in between and I know where my distance is in between there. If I get too far this way and we have weight, it's kind of like a scale on a tip. You understand? On here you won't, but once if we go to free weights and stuff like that, you definitely will feel uncomfortable. There'll be one side more heavier to struggle. So this is important as far as getting centered. Okay, once you're there, change your mindset, go up underneath. There we go. Make sure it's going across your shoulder blades, slide this way a little bit. Alright, from here, you're in a semi-squat, chin up, chest up. You're going to lift the bar up slightly. These things will rotate back. You're going to walk your feet up slightly so you're not going over your knees. Alright, we're going to go, you ready? Go ahead and go down and up. Good job. Down and up. Pelvic come forward. Now knees up. And up. There you go. Keep your pelvic forward. There you go. And up. Good job. There you go. Chin up, chest up. All right. Good job. Go again. There you go. And drive. Good squat. Put your glutes and everything. Squeeze at the bottom and up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. And up. 5 more. 4. 3. 2. Good job. And 1. Good job. And you want to make sure. You want to make sure that when you're in there, you want to stay in the rhythm. What I mean by that is, I see people do this all the time, and it's not bad, but you lose a lot of mental focus. Okay, if I'm on a rhythm, and I'm on a breathing one, I'm going like this, and I'm going the same pace up, I'm going my same speed down. Now I don't care. Now if I go down and I come up at this speed, I'm going my same speed down. But if I'm going, you understand? It kind of just throws my concentration off. It just kind of doesn't match up. And I'm gonna tell you what it actually does. The same thing when I pushed you over here, and what I've known it to do, and what I've come to understand is when you do that, you're actually thinking. And if you're thinking, that's actually going to be bad, because you're going to think, oh shoot, this is really heavy, or oh shoot, This is hurting my shoulder. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn the stove off. Or oh shoot, you understand what I'm saying? And if your mind is somewhere else, guess where it's not? Exactly. And once you get heavy and once you get into speed and technique and other things and stuff like that, your mind is wandering. It's a disaster, and almost for sure that at some point you're going to get injured. This is dangerous. Working out and lifting weights, getting competition ready, pushing yourself hard is dangerous. There's always a certain level of risk that you take because you can get injured. Walking outside, stepping off the curb is dangerous. Walking across traffic is dangerous. Trusting that those lights and people are going to honor those lights when you're walking across traffic is dangerous. There's a lot of things that we take for granted that are actually dangerous that we do every day in our life. This is one of the things that you really shouldn't, because injuring yourself in here can be permanent and it can be really painful.
Which reminds me, I'm always thinking. I'm a thinker. That's what I do. Do you have people sign waivers when they come here? Have you done that? I just, being who I am and doing what I do, I constantly, like, even if they come to the fitness center in the clubhouse, I have to say, you know, I need you to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
You can't hold me responsible for something that happens to you, a guest.
Yeah, I do. And I'll introduce that to you because these are just explaining things, part of it. And that's why what I do, I'm incorporated. So it's actually a corporation. And that's why it's the LLC. So you can actually show the corporation and everything else like that. But I will get you that.
Okay. I just wondered. I mean, that's for your benefit.
I know.
Not mine,
I already know, and
wondered.
I do. Yeah, and I do.
And just because of, you know,
what happened?
I'm constantly thinking, how is this going to work in a court of law? How, if I get in trouble, how am I going to back that up? That's just how my mind thinks.
Okay, yeah, and I do. And thank you, and I will have you sign a waiver.
Okay.
And like I said, it's just me
Not that I would
explaining. Sue
you for anything. I'm doing this on
You
my
can sue the
will.
company.
Or the company.
Yeah, okay. Or the corporation. That's fine. Back to my train of thought. Injury is possible.
Absolutely.
Okay. So this time we're going to actually do the same thing, but we're going to have our feet together. So we're going to go with a narrow grip. And what I want to do is work more lateral there. One second. What's going on? Yeah. I have to get back with you. I'm with a client right now, but if you're not actually getting ready yet, if you're not working out, then you don't have to go with the mixture as far as the coffee and all the other stuff that like you're dieting. But I'll get back with you in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and come underneath. Everybody always got dieting questions in it, man. So you want to do the same thing that you naturally did, and then you're always going to come off like this because this is the most stable and this is where you get your most power source at. Ready? Let's go ahead and lift the bar up. All right, get your feet. Yourself together. You're going to walk your knees together. Now you're going to bring your feet in close together. Go ahead and walk. Bring your feet in closer. Come forward a little bit. There you go. Chin up, chest up. We're going to do the same movement. Going down. There you go. And up. You feel it more outside, lateral. There you go. Lay down with your butt. Chin up, chest up. There you go. And up. Drive up with your shoulders. Head up. There you go. Good movement. Good job. Tenacity. Let's go. Keep going. Good work. Nice. Good work. Pace. There you go. Same rhythm. I should hear the same music with the bar. Same speed. Good job. Keep going. No return. Keep going. Don't worry about what it is that I'm doing. There's no return. Stay focused. Stay in there. Breathe. Match your breathing with it. Let's go. Stay focused. Good work. Come on. Getting a little heavy. Starting to panic. Come on. There's no return. Same business. I should hear it click. I should hear it touch. There you go. Get back on there. Stay in there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Chest up. 2 more. Come on. 1 more. Great work. Come down a little bit. There you go. Back over here. I'm going to tell you what. At the end, what I don't like is at the end, when it gets really heavy and you really get pushed, like it sucks. start pedaling.
Oh.
When it gets really heavy and you get really pushed, two things happen. The pace goes off, the form goes, everything breaks, and that's just fatigue. Start hurting back there a little bit.
It's that way it sits on my. That's what starts rubbing.
Okay.
And that's what hurts. Not necessarily my legs.
No, the legs didn't actually look like they were going. I just was trying to see the pace. I could actually see what kind of seemed a little bit like fatigue. But I'm gonna tell you what I don't like, and what you can't do, and what none of my athletes do, because we'll start the whole workout all over again. Is that when we end the exercise, we end just like we started. We don't panic. We make sure that we're safe. We put it back in. We just don't walk underneath it. We make sure that we start and we push ourselves to that end. And when we're done, we act like we've been there before. We don't act like it's the end of the world, like we're dying and everything else like that. And then we start breathing deep breaths through our back like a doctor got, what is it called? Stethoscope. Thank you. A stethoscope, and listening to your lungs, because that's going to fill out your lung capacity. That's going to get oxygen in, get your mind going back even clear, calm your body down, cool your body down, and get you back under control. That's one part of taking control of your breathing, like you're taking control of your breathing when you're actually doing the exercises. Okay? We practice those things so that when it becomes hard and we're under competition and we're under the gun, while everybody else is panicking and everyone else is like, oh man, this is looking terrible, and it's showing in their face, we're feeling the exact same feelings, probably have the same exact thoughts, under the same exact anxiety and fear. The only thing that's different is that we know how to present ourselves and we know how to calm ourselves down. And so there, with that confidence, it becomes a more awareness or a dominant about you and about what it is that you're doing. If you see somebody bent over, tell athletes that, and then you're sitting there and you're like this, and I'm going like this, and we just did the same thing. You're thinking two things: this guy is a machine, or this guy is crazy. You know, and I maybe heard wrestlers do it all the time as a mind game. Boxers do it. MMA fighters do it all the time. They understand the presentation of how to present yourself. The mental battle is just as real as the physical battle when you get on stage and everything else. So you want to be mentally, even when it's hurting, you still want to be smiling. Oh, you know, that's, I mean, it's really true. When I'm doing posing actually hurts. But I'm, you know, when I really, you know, so that's just presentation. And if you're working on that in other aspects, when you get into posing and where other things are hard, then you're able to relax and understand that. So we're always training on top of training on top of training. Okay? Yep. All right. Let's go up. All right, you're done right. And I won't say that very much, so go ahead and grab some water and you can just come over and watch and listen. We're on to something else explained. Now, the reason why I start off those that way is because those are the two challenging parts as far as movement. And if I could teach posture to those two exercises, which I thought that was really good. I thought the movement was really good, legs looked really good, breathing, pace was pretty good. Sometimes you got a little bit off, like you said, sometimes that was a little bit irritating. My thing is, and you probably won't like it, as I say this to my athletes, they be like, oh, my grip was hurting, or it was hurting my neck, or something else like that. I'll say, okay, next time you won't even have to worry about it, because I'll make sure that we'll go long enough that so you won't even notice that. It'll be your legs that's hurting. You understand?
Said you could train me that at least.
Did you get the motive behind that?
I do.
It's the lesser of two evils, and sometimes, you know, we'll put the pad on and stuff like that. Right. But sometimes I call those things, like when my grip is going, I got calluses on my hand, and I'm broke fingers and stuff like that. I call those are my being alive feelings with the bar across there and all the other stuff. And we can put things on there, but I just like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't make people do that stuff. But when I say that, I do mean it, because even with that feeling, it teaches a level of toughness. You You understand the level of tenacity.
But then this hurts more than these after I'm lifting. Just this bone right here.
Oh, mine's hurt. Mine's hurt all the time. I don't put 700 pounds. You see how this thing?
I see what you do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That freaking kills. I'm gonna tell you what kills about putting 600 pounds on. It's not even doing it with my leg. It's the pressure that I feel through here when I don't have on a belt. I feel like I'm about to poop. And this thing is going across my bar, and the bar is bent, and I'm feeling, and I'm stepping out with it like this. All that is the scariest time for me, and the worst part of for me. I'm just like, once I get past that, once I lift it off and I'm all, and I feel all this stuff, but I feel all these things, and I need to feel all these things. Let me tell you why I need to feel all these things. Because if something is wrong at that particular time, and I don't feel all the way in, then I know I'm not going to be able to perform the list, so then I don't do it. I scratch. But if I have some fake sense of security, I got my belt on, I got all these other things, I have people lift it off, I have things on it, and feeling kind of comfortable or whatever, I may go and not feel my whole body or be all the way in the moment and just assume, okay, this is halfway decent, and not knowing that my stomach's a little stretched or my back's a little stretched out or anything else like that. And so when I go and perform the lift, not the part that I was actually trying to get to actually give, it's the parts that's for you or that part of it that actually give. And because I had other things that were taken away from that process, I didn't respect and I didn't understand that now I'm not going to be able to walk. I'm going to have to have surgery on my knee or I'm going to have to have surgery on my leg or something like that because I didn't feel that feeling going into it because I wanted to mask that. It would be just like if I took a drug and did it or if I took a pain reliever. I don't take like Advil or Tylenol or other things. Like, I have to really be hurt before I take those things because I want to feel my body and I don't want anything masking because if I'm not ready to go, I don't want to feel like I'm ready to go and end up hurting myself and killing myself. So that's why I do it because I can actually die with 600 on my back. I can break my back. I can snap myself in half. I can do all these things with the risks that I take. But I do those things because I understand how to heal myself and I know how to heal myself. And that pain and everything else is a key to telling me if my body's ready to go or if my body's not ready. It's very important. So I honor that. Make sense? Okay. Same thing with the shoulders. We're going to go across and we're going to rest. And this is going to be something we're going to really work on. When you're going up with the shoulders, what I like to do is leave my head back and just like miss my face so that you don't have to come around your face and come over. There's a couple different ways. Some people go behind the neck and of course use the scapula and the shoulder blades and kind of push them back together. That's a range of motion thing. And they can actually hurt because some people get bent over, but if you have good range of motion, good flexibility in your shoulders, we'll do it that way. And then you actually go in front where front delts, kind of a little bit of different movement. You don't get so much of the scapula and the back involved into it. Get some triceps. From here to here is where the delts is. From here to here is where the triceps is actually popping and locking out. Same thing back here. From here to here is where the delts is it. The delt work is. So we can do some of these. And from here to here is where the triceps is locking out. So when I see a guy in the gym, he's going like this. He's got 200 and he's coming down right here. This is called a shoulder press. What he doesn't realize is he's really basically just only doing triceps. Probably 5% shoulder. And then he's doing it oh yeah. And then he's not moving it. Like ballerinas, like other athletes, like youthfulness, and I love being youthful and feeling youthful, range of motion is important. So when I'm training, I always have other ideals, and when I have someone moving, I don't have time to explain everything that I'm doing, but I'm going to give you a quick explanation. I love full ranges of motion because that means full development, full contraction, full elasticity of the muscle, stretch of the muscle, full joint movement, full movement in the joints, range of motion. If you want to see somebody that's old, find someone that has arthritis at whatever age and can't move. And it doesn't make a difference. They can be 20, they can be 25, they can be 30, they can be 70. They can have disease that causes that St. Ricketts and stuff like that. That is age. That is what age is. It's not your actual age. That is what happens when we age. Our range of motion, our mobility, and our ability to move is limited. Sometimes by natural process, sometimes by other things and stuff like that, accidents or other issues. But I've learned a long time ago, and the way that I've been able to develop my own body, and the full potential of development of your body is really truly based on how well your range of motion is and how strong you are through the full range of motion to develop the muscle, the joint, and everything that attaches to the full range of motion. This looks great in the gym when I have a full range of motion. Everybody just loves what I do. And I go into the gym, I see a guy, he got 400 on him. And I'm looking like I'm looking, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. So we got our muscle thing going on, and he's going like this with 400. So I get up there, and I'm doing the same exercise that particular day. So a lot of times I won't even do it just so I don't like to compete. So I have a choice. I can compete with him, or I can continue to task what it is that I'm trying to do in my development and know where I gotta go and don't worry about it. Like when people comment on, hey, we should do this and this, but you don't know what it is that I'm doing or what I'm trying to develop. So I stay on my task and I stay on my journey on what it is that I'm trying to do. But no, and I go like this. 100. So when you start chuckling. So then I'll go like this with 200, go like this with 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 pounds. And he's looking like, what the hell? My point is, if I can't do it right, then I'm not going to do it. Because if I do it just to please you, just to entertain you, then truly it was just for you, not for what it was that I was trying to do. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to cheat myself at any point. And that's what I ask of my clients, and that's what I ask of you to see it on the video. My point is that sometimes you have to know to limit yourself, and it may not be as impressive as what somebody else is doing, but it's the best that you can do at that particular time, and you'll grow with that. Because that's all anybody can ask with anybody is for you to be your best and do it correctly. Now, if you can do 1,000 pounds and not do it correctly, and you can only do 100 pounds and do it correctly, I would suggest that you do 100 pounds, do it correctly, and work until you get to 1,000. Maybe you get there, maybe you don't. But at least you know that you're doing it correctly. And that's what I think about range of motion, form, technique, and all those other particular things, because it actually does help with further development. And it comes along, it's like a character thing, it's like being humble thing. You know, I try to stay humble. And I'm humble to the ways, I'm humble to the movements, I'm humble to my clients, I'm humble to when I'm training. But I try not to bring my ego into it. You know, you never really see me, and I happen to just, because I'm doing some math work, when I'm training, I have my clients and everything, you never really see me in sleeveless shirts. If you look at most of my videos, if only when I'm working out, you see me with my shirt off, I'll wear a sleeve shirt. You never see me go lift the weight that my client is lifting and pushing and go heavy or anything, because I'm not trying to intimidate you or challenge you in that particular way. You never see me get into the bravado of moving some challenges with my clients, but trying to be literal, like, oh, I can do this or whatever, or all these other things, because it's not for me, it's about me. You know what I'm saying? When I do it for me, and I'm training them, I let them do it for them. So you don't have to do it to my standard, but you have to have a standard that's up to my standard. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and have a seat. And we'll get on shoulders. This is going to be our bread and butter, so we're really going to concentrate on these things. Chin up, chest up, coming in, shoulder blades back in. Okay, grab the bar, make sure you're even on both sides. You'll come right underneath your chin. This is the rest of the This is the finger at the top. This is the rest of the point of the shoulder. And you see what I just did? I bring the elbow back. Right here, now the bar is off the center of gravity. These actual bones right here. I actually got the bar out here, and if we were to press it, great press, we'll start off this way, bring it off center of gravity, bring it down to the floor. Now if you bring, just that little I say more on the shoulder, but you're not in the center of gravity. So everything is done from the elbow. When you raise them down, put your elbows down. There you go. Elbows will stay slightly forward, even with the bar straight down. Just put it in a nice resting place, which actually puts the emphasis on your delt, but actually makes your chin up, chest come up, and press it up. Elbows right straight. You're going to come up and back. Everything always comes to a range of motion. Elbows up and back. This is a go up. This is the resting point right here. This is the catch. Out here, it's too heavy. Hold it out here. Hold it. Hold it right here. You see, as you get further away from your body, that's with anything, it gets heavier. Hold it, come back here, let it come. You see how you start putting your shoulder blades start to fuse and it's getting heavier because it's off the center of gravity. Right here is the actual resting place. Now, right there, you can hold it longer than any other time that you can hold it. And that's the point that we're trying to get. That's the point that we're trying to get to. So bring it down, elbows forward a little bit. There you go. Always remember to keep your elbows on me. Up and back. Do it again. Elbows forward, up and back. There you go. Back down, up. Elbows forward. There you go. Good job. Good job. Stay on rhythm. Draw the elbows up. There you go. All right, now let's go. Now I want to show you the difference. Let's go. Come down just a little bit right here and go up. Come down again and go up. Do it again. Now that's tricep. You stay balanced and you can go actually really heavy right there. Now bring it down all the way to the chest and then just come up head high to the top of your head. Ready? Right there. There you go. Now that's delt. Now that's shoulder work. You can actually put a difference in the muscle. Go ahead. Triceps or chest. Go again. Starting to engage. You feel the difference in it? Exactly. Now that's how you know that you're working the muscle that you actually want to work. And that's what range of motion does. And I just wanted you to feel the difference in motion. Go ahead and grab that. All right, go ahead and grab a quick drink. That's the difference. And I don't know if anyone, you probably did shoulder presses and no one ever explained to you where different muscles start kicking in, where different ranges, where you're actually working different muscles. You know, and that's probably something new to you.
I don't think you do shoulder presses.
I was about to say something funny, but I don't know you like that, huh? But I don't know you like that. Once I get to know you, I'm really pretty clever, so I'll say little things and it's never like personal. It's just funny, and if we get comfortable with each other, I was about to say, oh, I know this. That's not to you. Okay. Now with the shoulders is a rotating joint. It is hinge, it can rotate, supinate, pronate. All different ways. Different head. There's the front, middle, and rear. Most of the time you work the front and middle when you're working shoulders. That's what people usually work. They usually don't work the rear. When they work the rear, they're usually working back because it comes with a flying rowing position, but you can kind of ties in, goes into the trap. I like to work when I'm working shoulder. I really don't work the back part of it. I do work the rear some of the time, but not really. I work the classical tie-in and the upper part of my chest and everything, because that's where that ties into the trap and everything else like that. With shoulders, abducting, different movements like that, different parts of the shoulder, pressing, flying, up, lifting, shrugging, traps, a little bit of depth. So complex. So complex. So it's a lot of different forms, but we're going to spend some time. Press, same way with the bar. As you can see, I have my palms placing it. These are called Arnold. So Arnold Schwarzenegger probably wasn't the first one that did it, but he's the most famous person that did it, so everybody calls these Arnolds. So the Arnold presses, where I'm rotating as I'm pressing. And I love these because when I'm coming down, or when I'm coming up, I'm coming from my front delts, and I'm working from the medial middle part of my front delts, outward to the lateral, to the middle parts of my delts. And I can actually, if I do it correctly, even with the lighter weight, I can actually put my rear delts kicking. So to me, that is the most complete shoulder pressing movement and development exercise that I And I like the fact of using the dumbbells. Let me show you why. The same thing with going up and doing chest. I like the fact of using dumbbells because it helps me with range of motion. As far as a stabilized situation, meaning that once I lock my hands on, I can only go through X amount of range of motion because my range of motion is already limited by the way that my hands are fixed on the bar. Because of both sides and everything, one side can be more dominant than the other side. When you see people when the bar is going up like this one side is weak. So it doesn't allow me to see too clear and tell my side individually and understand which is my weaker side, which is my stronger side. Stabilizing other little muscles, kicking in and stuff like that. But with this range of motion and freedom on my hands, I'm able to stay into the delts. That's why I'm bringing them in. I'm able to stay into the delts longer because if I was out here, I'll be into the triceps. Right here, I stay into the delts longer. You can actually see my shoulders come in as opposed to when I go right here, my shoulders only go X amount of this and up. When I turn, I come here. You actually see me squeeze the shoulder, my shoulders come in, I'm still in my shoulder, and you see me come down, I'm still in my shoulder. So I get to stay into that muscle for a longer period of time. So that's why I'm a real big fan of dumbbells. Have a seat. Now these suck because these take a lot of coordination and timing and other things that go on. Alright, palm facing. This is called the catch. Always remember this, and I'm always going to emphasize this. Go ahead and bring your arms in. Now, the most secure point and the most safe point is when your bones are stacked exactly where they're supposed to be. Put any pressure right there. All right, bring it up forward. See how much easier it is for me to press down. Bring it back down. Keep on going. See how I can't move you? Now, take it back a little bit. See how much you can't stop and see how much you can't. So if you want to stop the weight, you want to be safe, and always the starting place is stack over to where your bones are stacked no matter whatever else. Legs stacked from like this, I'm going to get a little bit weaker. So whenever you stack your bones in the correct anatomical position to the ground or parallel, not coming out where it's directly over. So for instance, if this is straight stack, now I can work on my chest because I don't have to emphasize on my arm turns right now I'm into a different muscle. You understand what I'm saying? So I always want things when you're starting inside to be straight stacked. Even if your hands right here, your hands are right here, your hands are right here, this one's right here, your hands all the way reversed, one's right here. Now you can work the muscle in all different range and everything else. This is neutral, this is turn and everything else. But the starting position is a safe position and you straight stack so you understand your anatomic position and you know how to begin and you know where you should end and you know where you're most safe, where the safest point and where you're strongest. So anatomically, at the bottom right here, you're stronger, the strongest. No matter where you is, the middle and down. And the more you up right here, the less you're going to be. Because now I'm depending on that shoulder to be here. Your arms are back right here, the less you're going to be because you're not anatomically correct, strong right here. Understand? Okay. This is a good place to know. This is a good place to rest when you're pushing yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Alright, come up, hands up. In a stacked position, over top, in neutral, in the middle, almost in the middle of your forehead, about right in here, is the actual strongest spot. If you're out here, you see the difference? You're back here, now go right in the middle of your forehead. I'm not going to get, this is a good place to know up here, because you're going to be the strongest that you possibly be right there. Alright? So that's a cheat, but it's not a cheat. Now, if we're at a contest, and we're seeing who can do the most, I'm probably going to beat you because I understand where I can rest at. I understand where I'm the strongest, so I'm not going to tax other parts of my body and fatigue other parts of my body while I'm working and challenge you in whatever we're doing. Now, it doesn't mean that I may not be stronger and I may not have more endurance than you, but it means I have a better understanding of where it is that I'm going, where I need to be, and where I can rest at. And that's what CrossFit is. Or competitions like that, or powerlifting, or other things, stuff like that. So I can go right here and go thousands, and you're really impressed. But I'm only working a muscle X amount. I'm not leaking energy. I'm not into other muscles. I'm not building up more lactic acid. I am efficient. Going where I am, second nature. You don't see me here, or you don't see me here ever. that point. All right, anatomically correct, strong, perfect. That puts you in good posture. For some reason, anytime that you get anatomically correct enough, notice this with everybody, you always create what looks like to be like a triangle. So to your chin or to your neck, to where your elbows is. You see that little triangle? And that's why people, I think that's why the Egyptians do the triangle, because they understand it's really flat and anatomically or really strong and supporting, saying they got two pillars and everything else like that. So you always notice that. So if you always be aware of that, where the triangle is and whatever you're working, you're probably going to be in a correct anatomical position, and you're probably going to be as strong as you can possibly be. All right, you ready? Let's go up. Where's? Bring it together. Good job. Back down to that position. There you go. Good job. I see we're going to have to jump the way up. Make sure we're breathing now. Match the breathing with it because it's an energy source. When you come right down, anatomically correct down. There you go. Not wasting. Good job. Good job. Getting a little wide and loopy because your elbows popping out from the out. Getting a little wide. All right, come up. See where your elbows is right here? Then you start jumping up. See where your elbows is right there? So your elbows, basically, bring your elbows up and twist them, and then it's basically that. What you were doing, go again, you were getting your elbows out right here. Now you're away from your elbows. See how your elbows are right in your hand, and now it's weighted over here. So you're just kicking your elbows out. Ready? Let's go. Straight up, top. Yeah, there you go. Back in, there you go. Nice. And you could go ahead and do it. Keep on. Now on film, you're going to be able to see this delt actually working better now. I actually see them muscles kick in when you started doing that. Good job. Make sure you're breathing. That time you kick your elbows off. There you go. That time you came right up into it. Go again, looking nice. Good job. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Stay balanced, stay focused. And 1 more. Great work. That was good work. Good job. Wow, I seen something that I actually didn't see earlier, and you have pretty good belts. You actually pretty good. I don't know if it'll be so clear on film. I'm actually going to film it with this camera so that you can see. Go ahead and grab a quick drink. Then I'm going to pretty much get you out of here. I'm not going to, I know you have other things to do. I'm going to film the still work. So next week when we come in, we're going to do a quick back review. And then we're going to do an exercise. We're going to do practice run so the way that you're going to train for the rest of the duration of the week. I know this seems tedious, and I know I'm doing a lot of talking and everything else, but it's very important to say it's very important that you review so that you know how we want to do it. It's very important so you understand what we want to get, so we're not wasting reps, we're not wasting time in here. You're paying the time right now in here and doing all this, and I always build my programs and I always train people like this so that once we get started, we do. So now we can set down, we can get down to 40 minutes, 35 minutes, boom, in and out, not sitting here. Probably won't like me after I really start twisting you and that's mine and you want to get away from me because everybody wants to. And I'm really demanding and challenging. But as you get better and you have a better understanding, I expect that. You understand what I'm saying? So every time there's never, I'm never pleased. You know what I'm saying? Never pleased in here. I can be happy for you. I can be happy with you. I can be disappointed. I can be empathetic. Never sympathetic. There's never any pleasure or pleasing moment. There's always a and whatever ability or disability that you have. You always do at whatever age or whatever. So there's no slip. There's no way back in. It's always out getting better. Sometimes you take time off when you come back and you have to get better. Sometimes you just try to stay better. So there's never any pleasure because the work is never done. Got it? There you go. There you go. The work is never done. And if you have that understanding, you can appreciate the journey that you take. And if you leave it for 5 years and you come back, you can appreciate the journey when you come back because you got to pick